The digital divide. The digital divide, used to refer to the division between those with and without telephone access, but after the late 1990s, the term began to be used mainly to describe the split between those with and without internet access, particularly broadband. The digital divide can exist between those in cities and those in rural areas, between the educated and the uneducated, between socio-economic groups, and globally between the more and less industrially developed countries. Even in countries with access to technology, the digital divide can be seen in the form of lower performance computers, lower speed wireless connections, lower priced connections such as dial-up, and limited access to online content.
$5.9 million adults in the UK have never used the internet.
5.9 million adults in the UK have never used the internet.
I'm embarrassed because I'm one of them. And it is not because I'm stupid, it's because I need someone to sit down with me and get me through this, because I do things for myself. So I'm just embarrassed that people hasn't got the time to teach people like us. People hasn't got time for us.
That's right, it's true.
And we've got life. My daughter-in-law works in a job centre. This particular lady, she stayed with her children till they're 16 and over. Now she go to the job centre to get a job. And because she keep asking her children, how you do this, how you do that, they look at her as nothing. She is so embarrassed because she was not educated.
So we are not brought up in the digital age or computer age. So these kids, they are brought up in the age of computer. They know everything about it. Like she was saying, the skills. We don't have the skills to do all this. We're not stupid. It's because of our age. The younger generations, they know more about computers than we do.
Some of the younger ones, they're very rude. You ask, how you do this? Where have you been? Where have you been? You should know this by now. Where have you been? I've got 2 grandsons, 2 granddaughters. And when they come around, they just do things. How you do that? How you do it? And they show me. Quick. They show me. And I'm just about getting into it. I'd love to know. It's just, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry for that patient person to teach me how to do this. I'd be on it. Buy online, I would.
All right, look at Finland. Country, it's bigger than this country. It's got a population of somewhere between, I think, 5 and 8 million people. It's the land that invented Nokia, mobile phones. Nokia is a Finnish company. The Finnish government said that every single person who's Finnish must have internet access. Nokia is saying, well, we won't be able to afford this because it will cost us a fortune. But their government said, no, everyone must have equal internet access.
Our government said exactly the same thing. Everybody must have the internet. But we ain't.
5.9 million adults in the UK have never used the internet. 8 million adults are offline. I use a library. I quite like it. In fact, if I want to do some business, like job searching or writing letters to certain people, email, what I do is I get on YouTube and play all my favourite pieces, mostly Bach. I like Bach piano concertos at the moment, and they're wonderful. If I had internet at home, it'd be on all day, wouldn't it? It'd be like television. See, I don't have a television at home either, so I like listening to radio, or I listen to some music, or I play the piano. There are 4.1 million adults living in social housing that are offline. The South East has the highest proportion of recent internet users, and Northern Ireland was the area with the lowest proportion. 27% of disabled adults, 3.3 million, have never used the internet. Adults aged between 16 to 24 years have consistently shown the highest rates of internet use. Between 75% and 90% of jobs require at least some computer use. Offline households are missing out on estimated savings of £560 per year from shopping and paying bills online.
Something I do not do. I don't know how to do it.
No, it's not safe. I don't trust it.
So you guys don't shop online?
No.
Do you shop online?
No.
Have you shopped online? No.
You just got to be aware of what you're doing, and I think a lot of people don't actually know what they're doing.
Exactly, that's me.
They
I'm
think
afraid.
they do, and I think they just.
I'm a bit wary of it.
I'm afraid, yeah. I'm not sure.
I did actually listen to a play on the radio. It was like a short story about what happens when the internet goes down. First, the ATM machine doesn't work, and all of a sudden the mobile phone doesn't work. The whole thing shuts down, and then there's riots and things like that. Spiral downwards of absolute chaos. The world becomes a very, very unsafe place. If you think about it, if the internet suddenly stopped like that, and we are so dependent on it, what would happen?
But the thing is, times are changing and you have to move with time. If some people doesn't want to move with time, then they're left behind. People like me don't understand this, don't understand that. I'm looking for you to teach me something, you know.
My internet serves so many purposes. I'm all over the Google, Skype, and all of this set up. So, and like business places, courses, Facebook. I take music from YouTube as well. You name it, I'm quite indulged. When I was working at Tesco, I was going to go in the new tills and everything was computerized, everything was laid in there. And I was like, oh God. And my first day, when they took me for the test, and the guy goes, okay, that's one of the staff, he says, who taught you? I said, no, it's the first time I'm doing it. But I kept trying to think just like that. And then it's like, what I do, I got Facebook, I got this, I got that, I got so much, I do a lot on my computer. Because I sit there, and then before then, I went to some place and I done a course in Word, spreadsheet. Years I haven't done anything with it. Then just by buying my laptop and sitting there, I just find myself just disappearing in my own world. Sometimes 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm still on there. So yeah, I've taught myself quite a lot.